my neighbor and all. We were able to have several hearts-out conversations where I learned of his family, friends, school, culture, hobbies, and his curiosity for aliens. He would come over and throw darts with my husband Josh, and soon became a fan of Josh's chicken wings. Soon thereafter, every time he would see Josh, he'd be like, "Hey man, when are you making those chicken wings again?" During all of my time with Joe, he appeared to never have a bad day. He was so full of life with a willingness to help anyone. He was so passionate about life and appreciated everything. In closing, I'm truly grateful for Joe's family for sharing him with me, to Rotary for encouraging me to take on such an amazing opportunity, and lastly, God for giving me these special memories of Joe.
The exchange students become very close together over a period of a year. The inbounds first met last September over Elysburg, Pennsylvania for inbound orientation, Knoebels Grove, and all the things that go with a weekend together. They become bonded, to say the least. I've asked Maria from Spain to represent. They all have a chance moment later, but Maria to represent the inbounds.
I wrote this poem on June 7th when I got the news from Carol Hill, and I think it can relate to what all the inbounds are feeling. I lost my mother 7 years ago, but today the pain has a different name, a different body, a younger face. When I was little, I heard stories about friends being lost. That has to be horrible, I thought. Now, here we are, so close, so far. Everybody in our countries is waiting to see us back, but there is a room somewhere in Thailand to which no one will return. There are two heartbroken parents that suddenly have lost their son, so close, so far. You were always such a treasure. You filled a room with a smile. You were a hero, and as a hero, you have died. From you I learned the true value of honesty, and I think I need to say that it's hard to think about tomorrow because you are not with us today. But when the lights are down, the darkness shines, and we are here to make it bright. We are here to remember the pleasure of your life. Thank you.
Some of the family members want to share, and then at the conclusion, Maria Cassidy, we have a video that we're going to share also. This is, for those of you who don't know, this is Mr. Todd Costello. This was one of, he was the father in Joe's first host family and was with him the last few days. So Todd.
Thank you, Maria. I don't even know if I can hold it together for this, so I'm going to be brief. First, for Rotary International and the exchange program, unbelievable. It has changed the life of me personally and my whole family. When you meet some of these young people and you hear the wisdom at their ages from their countries and how they share, and they share their cultures, and they share their views, it's life affirming. And I'm proud of each one of them. My daughter went through the exchange program, and it changed her life. To Maureen, his second host mom, and her daughters. Joe would just say all the time, "They spoil me. They take care of everything. They drive me everywhere." He talked about, I believe it was a weekend in Lancaster, maybe Easter weekend, and he talked about that a lot. So I don't know what was going on in Joe's life then, but he loved Joel very much. And to Carl, I'm not easily impressed, but Carl is impressive. His strength through this has been Herculean. And Carl, you'll never know what you mean in my life. And then to everybody in this room, and to the friends and family in my personal life. I couldn't handle it. So while I was hiding the last week or so, but hearing from a distance, the love and support that poured into our life from all of you and our family and friends in this community, it kept the darkness from taking over my life. So thank you all. Max, I love you. And Joe were like, if you're old enough to remember Abbott and Costello, obviously Joe was Costello. And Max, he's the straight man. They were Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't know who was which in that relationship, but they were special duo. In the darkness, I just want to thank my girls. I need a tissue. No, I got one. I always took my responsibilities very seriously in life. And those 4 girls were my responsibility, so they never saw me break. And I think they've been very scared the last week or so. Because I broke. And they got me through with love and patience that I've never experienced. I love each of you so much. I've had 5 truths in my life that I've inspired me each day. And the first one is my wife, Marge, who I told I loved in a taxi cab in Long Island City, Queens, 33 years ago. And then Emily, who came into the world in her own terms. feet first, backwards, instructing the doctors and the nurses how to perform the delivery. And Morgan, who just popped in with the easiest smile on a rainy day in Long Island, and Ann on a beautiful day in May. The sun shining over Happy Valley. And then Joe. When Dr. Carl called and said we were expecting, me and Marge were shocked. He said the ultrasound had him at 68 inches and 135 pounds. And Maureen was our stork. She brought him on Sunday, August 28th. He was delivered at about 2:50 in the afternoon. And like the other four fundamentals in my life, he was the fifth. Joe looked at the world different than the rest of us. I look at it like I had a filter. I looked at the life with a sense of control and anxiety and fear, wanting to be the best you can be, but always questioning. And with Joe, he took the filter away. He was able to show me that the world is such a good place. It was like the world in HD through Joe's eyes. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. We were sitting on a balcony at a Marriott hotel in New York City. And it was like the hand of God just touched me. I don't know how or why it came up. And you hear things in life, but Joe's wisdom was constantly amazing. And he said, in 3 or 4 words that I'm now going to take 3 minutes to explain. He said, it's not about the one thing. It's not about the one thing. And it was a light. And what I believe he taught me was our internal pains and our anguish as we go through life and the challenge that we all have are mostly from within. We are worried and anxious because we're thinking about something that's bothering us, whether it's relationships or whether it's challenges.